Top morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku Had the Nemetrix? Or should I say, Ultimate Nemetrix? So, the Ultimate Nemetrix is basically a completed Nemetrix, but it became Ultimate one. So, like how Ultramatrix or I can't even say yeah. Here, let me show you what I mean. Ben 10 Ultimate Tricks. It's like this, but it's more like, looks like that. Alright. So, yeah. So, reason why I'm doing this what if is because I know I said like day before yesterday that I made a promise that I was gonna make this, but then I was like, then yesterday I made the ultimate version of our beloved crab dozer. And you know what I just thought of? Because after I did yeah. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the what if. And yes, I am adding Zumi into this what if because I feel like it. And yeah. So, and I will make it super dark before, and then it gets lighter afterwards. So, like a redemption arc. So, let's begin. Zuko and Zumi were born. And then at age of 4, here. I keep saying Thor, but here. M-E-A Zumi. So, to make sense. So, Zumi and Zuko were born. And, of course, so at age of 4, they go to the quirk doctor. And the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk and Zuko, you do not have a quirk. So, yeah, so then his parents... so, their parents abandon Zuko, a.k.a., like, doesn't even want to talk to him. And so, but his brain, he's super smart. His intelligence level is even passing gray matters as species, all of it. From Ben 10. Or, like, if every super smart characters from either anime, cartoons, or real life, or live action, fused together, would not even come close to his intelligence. Because that's how smart he is. So, yeah. But then, so when he was abandoned, he went to... I'm just going to use this. So, he was abandoned. And he sees, like... Or when he was walking around, he sees Mountain Lady versus, like... So, Mountain Lady and the pro heroes versus this one villain. And the villain drops a power pole. And, of course, Dead Arms caught it. But the tendril, the wire, hit Zuko right in the shoulder. About to make his heart explode. As it was pretty painful. Because the power pole or power line was like broke off and hit Zuko. Because Zuko was in the like pathway of the... As pro heroes didn't acknowledge that Zuko, whose heart was or let's say it exploded and it killed him. As yeah. So All For One and says so All For One took Zuko in. As the quirk doctor says, not on my watch. As he opens Zuko's chest. As he basically took Zuko's old heart out. And puts in a new heart that he had just lying around. And so then he gets it started. After he started up back up and he gets it started. As Zuko came back to life. Yeah. And so Zuko was pretty powerful. Or actually, so then when he got up, or actually he was just laying there, his head's in the daze. As All For One was there. As All For One and the quirk doctor All For One tells Zuko, you want to be a villain to get your revenge on those people. Sorry. So, yeah. You want your revenge to be sweet? So yeah, Zuko, who is in a daze what just happened. So then, all for one, or the Quark Doctor explains to Zuko that the pro hero Dead Arms caught the power lines, but the one of the cables that was fully electrical current hits you right in the chest, basically killing you in the process, making your heart explode. So yeah, Zuko, it's a lot to take in, I know. That's why I want you to join the League of Villains, or Villain League, because of the pro heroes. As he says, sure. So, that's good. I know you're quirkless. I know that you're quirkless. But this is let me show you. So then Zuko came back to... So when he got up... Because after, let's say a couple days has passed, Zuko, who woke up and he came out as all for one's like, this is called a Nemetrix. Where I couldn't find a suitable host for it. So, but then the Nemetrix reacted to Zuko, not in a negative way, but in more of a positive way, as it broke through the glass that was supposed to be impenetrable, and ends up fusing onto Zuko's, like how Ben gets his first Omnitrix X on his left, on his left hand or left arm. So it looked like, it looks like that. As All for One surprised about that. And All for One is in his prime. Because, hold on. Sorry. I'm kind of stuffed up, so that's why. So yeah, so All for One's quirk was originally going to be Zuko's regeneration of flames. But because Quark Doctor actually took Zuko's quirk away from him. As All for One, Prime All for One, has it. So then, the Quark Doctor and All for One are surprised about that. And plus, All for One made Zuko the leader of the League of Villains and the successor to gain All for One's powers. But then Work Doctor tells the Zuko that you weren't actually quirkless. I stole your quirk. Because your quirk was actually called Regeneration of Flames. So it's basically similar to an endeavor, but you can heal yourself faster than anyone. As Zuko's looks over at the Quark Doctor's wow, really? Huh. Name. Yeah. So then on a time skip to the USJ. Or should I say it because of normally I would have said time skip to 15. And then the USJ. Well, during the time skip, during the time skip, Zuko, whom was basically learns how to master it, but because of his super intelligent brain, he mastered it in an instant. So now he tells the Quark Doctor that, man, this Nemetrix, as the Quark Doctor didn't realize, it was actually called the Nemetrix. Neither did the Quark or the All for One. What does it do? Well, as Zuko says, the Nemetrix is the opposite, or actually, Ultimate Nemetrix is the opposite. You ever heard of the word predator? Survival of the fittest, right? As All for One responds, yeah. This Nemetrix is similar to its counterpart, the Omnitrix, created by. So Zuko actually says the name of the species. He's of the gray matter species. They created the first Omnitrix that turns certain people into the alien counterparts. As the Quark Doctor and All for One are interested, go on, tell us more. But this Nemetrix was created by as he also said another species is, or he probably says the name of the space or species of brainstorms, because I can't say it properly. Every time I do, it's I always end up messing up. So, and I already I tried to say it before this video started. So, yeah, I did not want what I said before filming. So, yeah, because I can't say the brainstorm or the gray matters as species. He's named properly. So the that's why I prefer them before the brainstorm species and gray matter species. That's what I know them by. So, without further ado, let's continue this what if. So Zuko explains a lot of like how this Nemetrix is opposite. It has different predators, life forms on it. And so, but he could sense it inside Zuko's body. So, what does it have any drawbacks? Well, yes. If you use it too many times, it will alternate a person's DNA. Similar to a quirks. As he looks over at the Nomans, as he points to the Nomu, it will alternate the person's DNA if you use it too many times. As all for one, whoa, so you're saying it has a cooldown, basically. Yeah. But compared to the Omnitrix, as somehow Zuko, because how smart he is, he told, so all for one was like, dang. So you're saying the opposite to the Nemetrix is the Omnitrix, but the Omnitrix is more focused on like peaceful creatures. Yes. One of them is called Eye Guy. And he's a he's an alien that has eyes all over his body. Whoa. And Armadillo is basically inside of armor. So yeah, he explains that. So now with all that and extra information that they did, so then the USJ happens. How long this video took? Let's see. Surprisingly, not that long. So, yeah. So, and sorry if you hear any copyright music in the background. It's just a radio. So, yeah. So, during the USJ, it happens like normal. But instead of having Shiraki-san stepping out of the portal, it was Zuko. Or actually, he had a suit on. This one. And, yeah. He had a suit on and all that stuff. So, let me see. Okay. Microphone, yeah. So, just hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. So, yeah. So yeah. So Zuko ends up looking like that. He looks like Wise Man from, like, Bakugan Battle Crawlers. But he has the Nemetrix on his left hand, or arm, or wrist. And Zuko, who was basically, yeah, Zuko walks out as everybody sees. So everybody's like, oh crud, there's fake villains. Bakugo, oh, Todoroki. So, oh, yeah. Zuko comes in as he had the league of, or he had a bunch of villains through his time, as he says, guess there's no All Might here, but that's okay. Let's make a prediction, shall we? Sure. As Kirigiri he says, I'm predicting that boy, the one with, or should I say, Tenya Ida, or Tenya, a fellow over there, will open the doors and runs to get All Might. So, you villains, or us villains, or let's have some fun, shall we? As he starts giggling. As he's a lot more calmer than so there was no Nomu, besides like Kirigiri, spoilers, but if you have seen, yeah. So Zuko ends up saying, now, my little friends. And Toga, in this what if, she didn't become a villain. She became a Class 1B student instead. Yeah. How original. Yeah. And so she doesn't get killed by her own blood transplant thing. Or blood transfusion thing. So, as Eraserhead's like, is this some type of trap that as Zuko's was like, Mr. Aizawa, or should I say, Eraserhead. It's good to have someone with some backbone among those people. Kirigiri, make sure that they don't escape him. So, yeah, so then, you're not just battling and him. You're actually battling against someone that's, as the Nemetrix responds to him, as Zuko's transformation into a species like that one. Let me get you a better picture. So, yeah. Ben 10 oh. Plushie, no. Predator. So Zuko sorry. So Zuko turns into that as all as the as he says that in his roaring voice, he says the as he charges at all for or at the where is he? Where is he? He charges right at as he says he hits just one. But then out of nowhere a surprise in form of waffles. Sorry. He split it into three as he says, you didn't expect this, didn't you, Mr. Izawa? As he starts laughing, or as they start laughing, I mean, as, yeah. So, but both of the other two transformed into, one transformed into this creature. Yeah. And then the other became the crab dozer. And so then, yeah, as he says, we're a one-man army. As the main one transforms back into the human, we're as he snaps his fingers, as all the Crab Dozer and Bug Lizard went right to the Mr. Izawa, as Mr. Izawa dodged Bug Lizard's attack, and also he steps over the Crab Dozer's entire body. Yeah. But how is he doing that? That villain. Helen. Ezuku's learns. Interesting. As Kirigiri, he did take down the 13, like in canon. But Zuko, who is, used an ultimate form. Or he transforms into that creature. As he roars, as the villains that were with him at the time were like standing right behind him, covering their ears. As all the villains, it was a pretty large group, but all the villains can, yeah. Yeah. So Zuko ends up basically destroying the entire UA or USJ team with his one single roar as he transforms back. As the other two clones of him came back to him, as he says, now, as All Might shows up with pro heroes, as Zuko's like, But then when he saw Dead Arms there, it really became a manifest. Because he knew it was Dead Arms that, as Bug Lizard used, so he transforms into a Bug Lizard, used his own, fog generate. He basically runs up to Dead Arms. You, as he says, it was you. As the tendril, or as a tail grabs him, lifts him up, slams him down, throws him around like a little rag doll. You killed some. As he charges, because he transforms into as he was about to return the favor, but All Might so he comes in with a Detroit Smash! Boom! Hits the Crab Dozer, aka Zuko, or Zuko, who's aka Crab Dozers, hits him, send him flying backwards. You killed a citizen. As a voice, as the villain says, you killed this poor innocent civilian that was born quirkless. First, how dare you, Dead Arms? You were the only one. Do you remember that day, the one that you saved everyone else from that power pole accident? No, between you, Mountain Lady, and Woodsman were there. Stopping a villain, and a villain just knocked over the power pole, and you stopped it. But you didn't realize that as a poor, or actually the power line struck a kid right in the chest. Yeah. And that boy's name was Zuko Midoriya. How dare you call yourself a hero after what you done? As Zuko, as when All Might heard what happened to, because normally everybody or all the pro heroes are supposed to who be to protect the innocent, but ends up killing one person. As Zuko says, yes, that's all true. The poor sap, his heart exploded as Zuko's eyes looked right at or kept staring at the dead arms. As the Nemetrix blocks the attacks of Snipe. Stay out of this. As he used it's time for us to go. Next time we meet Dead Arms, I'll make sure to end your existence. As he leaves, but Dead Arms, Herms, is still in shock when a villain told him that he killed a poor, or accidentally killed a poor citizen. As Dead Arms, was basically was on knees as he can't believe as everybody, or as All for One, or no, not All for One, all the pro heroes are cheering him up. Maybe he's just pulling your leg. No, I could sense that Zuko, or that kid, or that guy, wasn't lying at all. As he starts crying, as he can't believe that he just, he remembered the tendril, or he could heard the scream, but he was too busy with, trying to hold the power pole up. So, yeah. Zuko's, who was the only, as All Might, or so then he told All Might that he just needed some alone time away him, as he did tell the pro heroes that he's not gonna retire, but Zuko tells, Dead Arms tells the pro heroes that he did hear screams, but he was too busy, as he's blaming himself. No. As the villain should, or everyone, or as the pro heroes are Man, you did hear it. Huh. We were so busy with stopping the villain and saving others as Mountain Lady and Woodsman heard that the that as they're blaming each other for it too. That the yeah. So then a time skip to who as Dead Arms was walking to see to use the bathroom thing. But who was there was as Dead Arms looks over and he sees a young man, green hair, as yeah the as he looks up and looks over and sees Dead Arms as he you must be Dead Arms, right? Yeah. I'm Zuko Midoriya, a brother of Zumi. And what that villain said that you yeah as it was actually true. As he takes off his shirt to show, as Dead Arms saw the big electrical mark, like as Dead Arms runs up to Zuko, and he did hug Zuko. He did apologize to him because of he didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it's okay. That's why you are all in, you pro heroes are my favorite. And still. As, yeah. So then, the as the arms is like, what's that big red wristwatch thing that's on your arm? Well, it's called a Nemetrix. A certain person gave it to me. And no, it's not the villain that you faced and said that. As so Woodsman, Mountain Lady, and all the pro heroes were there. So the villains, so the heroes like Mountain Lady and Woodsman were taking a break thing, but the team, so they came, so Dead Arms wants to tell them that he remember that kid that, or remember that villain that said he about he was blaming me? Yeah. How did that make you feel? As he says that, well, when I heard, or I'm with me, as Mountain Lady Woodsman came with dead arms, and they see Zuko, whom, go ahead, Zuko, as he takes off his shirt, and they saw in shock that as Woodsman and Mountain Lady can't believe it. Yeah. A certain villain or a certain person brought me back to life. As Zuko was pretty good. So Woodsman, or so Mountain Lady felt so bad for Zuko that yeah. So then Woodsman noticed the same red watch was on Zuko's left arm. As Woodsman's asked, "Hey kid, where did you find this red, or finds this weird watch?" Oh, this is, first of all, it's called a Nemetrix. It's the opposite of the Omnitrix. And so then all that stuff goes on. How long has this video been? Let's see. Yeah. So then he explains the same thing. A certain person gave me this. A certain villain. No, it's actually you were right on like certain villains, but it's not the one that told you whom that you killed somebody or accidentally killed somebody. Yeah. So then you all have been forgiven. As all three of them apologized to him about he was, yeah. So then a time skip. So time skip to All Might versus All for One. So then, Masked Man or in this what if it's the All Might versus All for One and Zuko. Or should I say the Predator. That's his villain name, Predator. And then her, as he says, you might know him by his citizen name. As he takes off his mask, go ahead and Predator show him why. As he takes off his mask, and it revealed Zuko was the Predator. Here. As All Might can't believe it. Where is that stupid image? As All Might can't believe it. Zuko, who's and Predator were the same person? Yeah. As All for One, Prime All for One says to All Might, Zuko was that villain that and I remember he died from one of your, or one of the bad accidents of one of the heroes versus villains moments. As he unzips his front, shows the mark on him. So the quirk doctor, Herm, puts in a new heart for him and brought him back to life. And as Predator. Yeah. So, as everybody was shocked, like every single person was shocked upon hearing this. As All for One told them the exact day that was Zuko, who died and came back as Predator. Exact day. The heroes won against the villains, but at a cost of losing one citizen. And your and Predator, or should I say Zuko, wasn't actually quirkless at all. His quirk, that's why I'm in my prime. Him, All Might. As Bakugo can't believe, he pieced 2 to 2 together. Because he thought about how Zuko, was born with a quirk, but it got stolen to give to All for One. And Zuko becomes, or he died, but he came back to life as a predator. As he's wondering, as everybody's wondering, how does he, or how? As everyone is scared out of their minds, because they did not realize that 2 powerhouses versus All Might, a symbol of peace, is like the works in the villain's favor. But then, luck would have it, Zuku's, who comes out of nowhere, or actually, Inko saw her own son in Zamark, and when she heard that Zuko was actually born with a quirk the entire time, she could not believe it. She blamed herself for abandoning him, and yeah. So then All for One's like, it's time for you to die. Then me and Zuko will, or should I say Predator, will rule the world as a team. But then out of nowhere, when All for One used his attack, sorry, as Zuko comes in, or as he knew what plans. So Zuko had a change of heart. He did love the pro heroes so much, he would rather. So what does he do? He transforms into Crab Dozer and blocks the attack. Yeah. And here's a fun fact. When I was making this video, my original plan was for Zuko's first alien transformation that he tried during the time skip. Very first alien that he actually used was actually Crab Dozer. So that's his favorite. So he blocks the attack, and he blocks the attack without a single scratch. As he says, All Might, get out of here. I'll take care of a rest. I'll take care of him. As Zuko, who, as All for One's surprised about this change in heart. You wanted your revenge. Oh, I got my revenge. Hinge. You didn't even know it. I forgave those people that accidents happen. Ezuku says that to All for One, but I forgave them about it. Now, and plus, when you took away my quirk, that's my ultimate revenge for you instead. Ezuku, who upgrades, so the Nemetrix didn't belong to the All for One in the beginning. He didn't invent it. So the Nemetrix came right to him. And Zuko evolved into this creature here. And yeah. The he yeah. So Zuko was basically, as he used Pyronite with, so this is his upgraded form. As he charges in, he hits the All for One with enough force of his fist. As he says that no matter no one, as he transforms Hermes, as he transforms into like the into this creature. Oh, no, sponsored. Into this. Then he split it into three. Or no. Actually, the entire, like basically the entire species race. Like all of them. As imagining where Ben Tennyson is at, imagine All for One, Prime All for One. Was that? Yeah. As everybody was like, holy crud. As, yeah. As everyone can't believe it. Now, let's finish this fight. As they all go right to him. Or as, but when the Nemetrix punched, or when Zuko's fist came in, made contact with Zuko, or All for One's chest, where the Nemetrix was at, or where he is, or Zuko's is, yeah, I'm trying to word it, so, yeah, Zuko ends up, so the Nemetrix was basically reacted to All for One, and funny enough, the quirk that All for One stole from Zuko, went right back to him. Like, basically, it got returned, and it did get purged from, if there was any All for One's essence on it, it got cleaned out. And so the flame quirk went back into Zuko's body. Honey. So, now, and the mark that he had on his chest, healed back to its prime. So, now Zuko is now immortal, and with all that stuff. So, then when so after All for One basically was murdered, now we're even. So then Zuko used his... So then when all the aliens went back into his body, he could feel as the as he's fighting against himself, like literally fighting himself, like he's like his pain, as he was tall as a monster. Like his height was he was similar height to Way Big. Like basically the Way Big's species. And yeah. As the monster, as he's destroying buildings after buildings, as All Might, it's too injured. So he said, what happened to him? As All For One, he says, guess the Nemetrix, he used all the aliens all at once on me. This is a side effect. What do you mean, side effect? Well, as Nezu pieced it together. Wait, you're saying that the Nemetrix alternates a person's DNA? And Zuko maxed out, hit the personalities? Yes. He doesn't know who he is. Yeah. He doesn't remember who he is. Because all of these species are fighting for control of who gets it. We need to stop him or slow him down, or the number 2 option. I don't want to say the number 2 option. As Zuko's, we all agree. As Mountain Lady runs up to Zuko, and tries to stop him. But Zuko comes in, or his tail makes Mountain Lady trip, as she's like, name. And Zuko grabs Mountain Lady's face, tossed her, make her slam into a building. As how can we stop someone that's unstoppable? As Zumi actually knew something that's to counteract all that, because she knew that her brother would always be in his room. So when she called Inko, so she says, Mother, I know that the Zuko is, or I know that my brother is rampaging through, but there's this one specific item. Go into his room and find, remember when he always works on the project? Yeah? As Inho remembers, as she runs up to Zuko, or into Zuko's bedroom, and she finds the Omnitrix name, or should I say Zuko Trix, where it's a more advanced version of the Omnitrix, but it's way more powerful than any Omnitrix in the world, including the fan-made ones, like the Love Tricks, and yeah. So she pulls it out, and she runs, and as Tenya was there in a fast, as she says, "Give this to Zuko," because I know. Yeah, as he runs fast, and he gives it to Zoom, so he runs up as the one of, or so Zuko's head. He looks over and he sees his own tricks. As Zuko says, "Put it on now," or as he reaches, as the, like he threw, or as Tenya throws it, as it flies right to and latches right onto Zuko's watch. As both the Nemetrix and the Zuko tricks things fused together. So now he has as the Nemetrix thing was like blasted, or so Zuko's DNA got reset back to his human, but and it was too much. So then Zuko's his body. So the Omnitrix, or should I say, ultimate Zuko tricks of predators disappeared, as they thought it went vanished, but then the monster died before. But then everybody, including Bunny Girl, was like, "Man, that solves that problem." Now, we just need to get so then all the heroes, Dead Arms is like, but first we need to make sure to have Zuko, but then the crack comes out of the Zuko's neck, or should I say his backbone, where actually he fell backwards so that he doesn't cause any more buildings to destroyed. So he comes out through the chest. And as everybody, as Zuko comes out alive, like they all thought he was dead. But when Zuko came out of the monster's chest, he ended up looking like more like a jacked up guy, way more buff than Endeavor, the Dead Arms, and he looks more human than anyone. As he says, nice to see you all. As he didn't come back to life. So then the machine did make him close before. As he says, man, that was one heck of a joyride that I would never want to do ever again. Oh, do you want me to deal with my dead body over there? Yeah. As he lifts up his own dead body, as everybody thought that dead body was weighing over, like, basically a skyscraper. But Zuko just lifts it up with one hand over his head as he says, as he ties his own dead body and he, like, chucks it all the way to the sun. Or, no, actually, not to the sun. All the way to the... No one... Or, so he chucks it to the... Or actually, because how powerful he threw it, his own dead body flew all the way across the galaxy, all the way to where the black hole was, or is, currently. So, yeah. So that no one could ever use his dead body for, like, their sick experiments. As Zuko looked so good that even all the girls' homes, like Momo, Ochako, Frog Girl, Rinko, all the female characters, including Toga, ended up falling backwards with nosebleeds comes out. Yeah, all of the female characters just fell backwards. As I'll clean this mess up for you. No need to worry. And because his new Omnitrix or should I say Zuku-Trix, he used armadillos as drill, or basically hammering to take out the old pillars and restore them back to normal. As he actually did it so perfect. He even did it all in a single night. That's how fast he is. He didn't need the blueprints. He just made the entire town, or the part of the town, back to the way it was before him going on a rampage. As everybody's like, man, he must have been tired. Nope, I'm still awake. As he's just zips around like faster than light itself. And plus I got my quirk back, so I'm a little bit... So Zuko runs around and he zips around the entire town. And like, yeah. As he was making sure every inch was basically, he did clean up the roads, like side of roads, and he did all that stuff in one single night. Yeah, don't ask me how he is currently. So, yeah, I know this is going to be like past 1 hour mark, but that's okay. Because this is a movie version, not the... Because the reason why I'm doing the movie versions instead of part 1, part 2, like what I've been doing, is that sometimes I end up forgetting what to do for it. So, plus it's minimized space, should I say. So Zuko ends up, because Zuko runs up to Batman. No. So he did make a machine. And like, yeah. That like, for him to just relax, like spa room. But, yeah. So, yeah. So, now it's to the future. Zuko, or so, Momo, Ochako, Rongro, all the girls asked him out, trying to subdue him, like basically seduce him, as he's just like, man. So then he comes. So what does he do? He hangs out with the boys, and no, he's not gay. He's just like, he did tell them that he's trying to. It was too overwhelming, so he needs some hanging out with the guys. So then, yeah. Zuko did get accepted to UA as his villain name becomes like his hero name, Predator. Of the prey. It used to be like his villain name, but then he becomes. So he cuts that of prey part out, and he's just called Predator. So yeah. So then he does get married to Ochako. Oh, reason why I did Ochako in this what if, my original plan for the original script was for Momo. He gets married to Momo. Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? I like he ships between Ochako and Zuko more than anyone. And if the creator of the My Hero Academia ever thought, because of if he redid the My Hero Academia, Ochako would be the getting married to Zuko in a flash. Yeah. So yeah, Ochako, or reason why I chose Ochako over Momo for this major change was because of that. But this is what the script would have been, that Zuko gets married to Momo, and Momo gave birth to a bunch of kids, and that was basically the kids were born with like basically powers similar to the Ochako, or to the Zuko's is transformations forms. But they would not have the same, like, basically feelings of, or wouldn't have the same, like, memories as the Predators. They would be in control, their son, or their, yeah. But because of, yeah. So let's do that. So, yeah. So now this is going to be the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. And man, I did pretty good. I did a good job. This is where I planned it. Because I never thought I had to explain something in a video. So if you really think about it, if I cut the part of the Zuko explains to All for One and the Quark Doctor of what the Nemetrix was, this would be in a very short video. But I wanted to add some details to it. A lot of details. Not just be like, in the old videos I used to be like, the time skip, to like, All for One versus All Might. And it's done. All that stuff. I don't want that. This is my videos. I know I will. This is more clean videos, but I do not like how sometimes my videos, sometimes they get copyright strike, but not I act like it's all the time, but no. One time it was, but then, so I started to making my own music. So, like the one that was in the What If deku was the Crab Dozer. That's what it was. And and plus then the Ice Giant one. Yeah, I did music video, or I did add my own custom songs that aren't copyright. He did to those songs, or to those videos. So please go check them out, and have a good night or day. Depends on the time zone. And sorry for this very long video. I just wanted to add some details, and so, but tomorrow's What If is going to be something very special. So peace.